Hey, hold up. I can't hear you. Okay, I can hear
All right.
you now.
All right, let's try this again.
Okay, I was making sure it wasn't me. I was like, hold on, let
No,
me check
I
some
must
stuff.
have bumped my mic because my mic has a tap to mute button. Yeah, I must have
Mhm.
bumped it or something. All right, let's try
Okay,
this again.
cool.
Hello, welcome to season two, episode three of the Studio C podcast. I'm here with my two amazing hosts.
What's up? You know what it is. It's your boy Kid Vicious, the one, the only Kid Vicious. I know I said my name twice. Don't make fun of me. Anyways,
Hey, what's good? What's great, y'all? It's your boy Phil.
All right, we got some amazing topics to go on tonight. But first of all, we have an amazing announcement that happened this week. We are officially on Spotify. So I'm happy about that. It's actually a lot easier to get a podcast on Spotify than I thought. And we're finally on Spotify. So I put a link on, I pinned a link on, on Twitch. If you're watching live, I'll probably post a link on YouTube in the description if once that goes live on YouTube. Yeah, so we are on Spotify. Episode one and two, and by the time you're watching this, three will be out. All three episodes of the season will be out on Spotify. So go check those out, give those a listen, and give us a follow on Spotify.
Right. And
So go ahead.
yeah, also real quick before we get started, I was gonna mention the same thing, but a quick, really appreciation and shout out to our boy Barbecue. He does all the editing, all the social media and stuff for us. Somebody just clap it up for him.
Thank you, thank
So
you.
like you said, we are on Spotify. We also have a TikTok and an Instagram that he created for us, which is studio_C_pod on both Instagram and TikTok, I believe. Is that right?
Yep, that is correct. Gonna
Cool.
double
Right.
check.
So, of course, life happens. I know not everyone has the time to watch a 2+ hour show, but you just want to see a certain part, or don't want to listen to KB's awful takes and you only want to listen to me and barbecue, or you just want to see my pretty face, you could watch the shorter clips and check us out on that as well. And shout out to our man barbecue with all that.
Thank you, thank you. AV, you have anything to add?
yeah, bro, I'm the king of clips, bro. They love my clips. Even though Phil gets the most views, they love my clips. My clips are the best ones. They're entertaining.
Let's see how much. Hang on. Let's see how much yours has compared to all of ours.
No, to yours, I do better than you, barbecue. I know that for sure.
Uh, your
You
your
gotta go with
your
Wolverine.
top five superheroes has 237. I have 249. Phil
Oh, that's
has
not that. Yeah.
232. Wow. So, but yeah. Um, actually, Phil's Falcons predictions is getting a lot of love. That's
Bro,
382. That's the most
Phil,
we've had.
Phil is a football analyst. Like he could be on ESPN, bro. His takes are very intellectual and how he says them and stuff.
I mean,
How his
that's true.
delivery is very intelligent.
That is
I
very
appreciate
true.
that. How's the quality? Is it? I'm trying to get better each episode.
Oh no,
Hopefully, I don't look
your quality
Your
is
quality is
probably the
good.
best as that it's been.
cool.
So getting on to our first topic, going right into NFL. What are our game predictions for this week? Phil, since you are the football analyst, so I'm
Yes.
gonna let you go first.
Yes. So football comes back this week. It's almost needs to be a holiday to me. Football coming back is always huge. We had college this past weekend. Starting off this Thursday night at 8:20 for Thursday night football, we got the Detroit Lions going to Arrowhead facing the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, Me personally, I think this is a win for the Chiefs. Travis Kelsey did just get hurt today in practice. They said he hyperextended his knee, so that's not good to hear. That's obviously Mahomes' best weapon. But I think I saw a stat on ESPN actually that it was like Mahomes is undefeated in opening games when he starts, something crazy like that. And Detroit, I mean, I understand they're better, but they're gonna be the Detroit Lions to me. So I got Kansas City with a win and Detroit with a loss here. What do y'all think?
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a close game, especially
I,
without Kelsey.
uh, I feel like it's gonna be close because not to just go off on Madden, but Madden's overalls are usually pretty accurate to how the team is in real life, and they're like an 83 overall, which I didn't think the Lions were that strong this year, but then I looked at their roster. I mean, they don't got like big name brand players, but I feel like they have enough to keep it close. And then on top of that, no Travis Kelsey. I'm about to show. This will show you guys why I say Patrick Mahomes is overrated, bro. This is gonna
Mm,
expose him so badly. I can't wait. But he's still gonna pull out a win though.
yeah. Now they haven't said if Kelsey's gonna play yet or not. He may not, but either way, if he does play, he's not gonna be 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Either way,
Yeah,
And
it's gonna expose Patrick Mahomes to you guys if he doesn't play. It's gonna expose his actual talent.
yeah, I'm gonna say without Kelsey, I feel like it's gonna be really, really close. But I almost hate to say this. I might give the upper edge to the Lions.
You can see
Just
it, bro.
because just because they have been getting a lot of like love this past off season, especially this past off season. Um a lot more love than normal. And I feel like that'll show a lot that because you know football isn't just about plays and how good your players are. It's about their mindset, and if they're in a losing mindset, like how the Lions have been the past couple years, uh, it's you're gonna end up losing the football game. But if you are ready to win, got a great mindset, which I think because of all the love that they've been getting this past offseason, you can pretty much win. Uh, and I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be surprised if they lose, but I am rooting for them this game.
I feel like if they do win, it's gonna be 24-14.
Yeah,
That's the
it'll be
score.
close, definitely. But
I feel like that'll be the. I feel like if they win, that'll be the score, and I feel like if the Chiefs win, I feel like the Chiefs might pull out to at least 31-24, probably something like that.
yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game. No matter what the outcome is.
Don't get me
But
wrong. I don't hate Patrick Mahomes. I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan, but I feel like y'all kind of get. I feel like people kind of gas up Patrick Mahomes more than what he actually is. Like I've had people tell me that Patrick Mahomes is gonna win 9 Super Bowls. I don't think he's that good. I can
uh,
I
I
can
mean,
see I can see 3 to 4.
how many has he
I
won
mean,
so far? Two?
Yeah,
mhm.
I can see 2 more. I don't. Or I can actually see 3 more. I'll say 3 more, but I don't see that many. Because they were trying to say because they want to top the real goat, Tom Brady. But we're not gonna get into that because that's
Yeah,
gonna take up.
we're not getting into that. We're not
But,
getting into that because this show would be like 5 hours long just talking about Tom the Cheater Brady. But
but yeah, like I was saying, like they were saying, oh, he's gonna get 9. They have more than Tom. No, Tom should. You could clip this barbecue. Tom shouldn't even have eight Super Bowls. If we do the math correctly, he should only have six because he didn't cheat in all of them. You can clip that, clip it. Now he's not gonna clip it when I tell him to do it.
I need to wait 10 seconds. Remember? There, it's
But
clipped.
yeah,
That's gonna
all
go
right,
on TikTok.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna go on the record.
That's gonna go everywhere.
But like, yeah, if you look at it, Tom has only won six. So if you take away the Super Bowls he cheated, he only has six.
If you take away
So
the Super Bowls he's cheated, I'd say he has 0.
he hasn't cheated every Super Bowl.
He.
Phil knows he hasn't cheated every Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think he's cheated that much at all. And you gotta think, my obviously I'm a Falcons fan, so we suffered the worst defeat to Tom Brady there is. And
Yeah, that wasn't a
I mean,
cheat.
I just think when you win, I mean, people are gonna find a way to hate and excuses. I mean, the dude, my nickname for Brady is Kick Butt Brady. I mean, that's all he did was kick butt throughout his career. And I mean, you gotta find a way to try and diminish that. But I mean, I don't think the man cheated.
I mean,
But I feel like
I
the
wouldn't.
first one, that was his first Super Bowl win was no question. That was like, I think that was like his second season. That was no question of fair win. But anyways, let me get back to Patrick Mahomes because I don't want Mr. Hater Brady to sit up here and go on and on about him. But yeah, but Patrick Mahomes, I feel like he's gonna win at least two to three more. But yeah, we
As much as I hate to say, I think I agree with Kate Vicious. This is like one of the only times I've agreed with him.
clip it.
I do think Patrick Mahomes wins 2 more Super Bowls, 3 max, and he's gonna call it. Every, you know how the saying goes, every team has their dynasty. I feel like the Chiefs dynasty is shriveling up at this point.
I don't consider the Chiefs a dynasty though.
Eh,
I don't consider them a dynasty. And this is why I say I don't consider them a dynasty because usually I consider the Steelers when you talk about dynasty, you talk about teams like the Steelers, the Cowboys, even though people hate on the Cowboys, but I'm always gonna say how about them Cowboys? Every year, I don't care, even though they're a rival. But when I consider a dynasty, I consider teams like the Steelers, the Packers, teams that have won a bunch of them. And the Chiefs, how many Super Bowls have the Chiefs won in the Super Bowl era?
I mean, they won too, but they've been to like 4 or 5 straight AFC championships. I mean, that's a dynasty. They've been winning consistently.
yeah, I don't think winning it winning isn't like winning 5 Super Bowls in a row. That doesn't
And
necessarily
that,
mean you're in a dynasty.
like
It's
when I say dynasty in that sense, I'm talking about a Super Bowl dynasty because if you're talking about overall, that's a legacy.
I mean, what do you consider a dynasty then? Because
I
even the
said,
Patriots, they didn't win every year.
yeah,
I mean, the Super Bowl, that's a leg. I would say that's a legacy because they didn't win the Super Bowl every year.
that's a take.
That's interesting. I
Um,
mean,
Because when I'm saying dynasty, I'm talking about the Super Bowl. I was just talking about the rings. I wasn't talking about overall. Overall would be like a legacy. I mean, I
I
could be
mean,
wrong.
2 rings with ultimately the same core. I mean, I think that's a dynasty. I mean, when you factor 2 Super Bowl rings, they went to 3 Super Bowls because they lost the one to Brady. So they got 2 rings, 3 Super Bowls, and like 4 or 5 straight AFC Championship appearances. I mean, that's with the same core. I mean, that's a dynasty to me. I mean,
yeah, I'd say that's a dynasty too. It's, I mean, yeah, that's
You know what? I know what y'all. I'll say y'all are correct on this one. I'm not gonna do y'all in on this one because y'all are actually right on this one.
you know
Because
what? Just because
I'm
you
thinking
admitted
more
you're
of a
wrong, I'm
legacy.
gonna give you a point.
I know we were getting points.
That's
No,
going on for
I was
me,
thinking
bro.
more of a legacy. When I think of team legacies, I think of as a whole, like their entire history. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Legacy is like almost like your franchise history. I think a dynasty is like specific years. So like the Cowboys dynasty,
No, well,
that
even if you're
90s,
saying specific years would be an era.
and I think it isn't like an era is a dynasty though. Like
Yeah,
I,
it's. I think that's the same thing. Yeah,
I
because
don't know. I think we overcomplicated this. I don't
I
think it's that
feel like
complicated.
we are.
Yeah,
I feel
we
like
are
we are.
definitely. I'm looking it up now.
I feel like they're different. There's a difference because when you talk about the Patriots, okay, you have the Brady era, and then you have the era of that other quarterback before him. I can't remember his name.
Bledsoe, but that wasn't a dynasty.
That
They're
was an
just
era. Yeah, era is like a specific like the people in. I don't know. Look it up. I'm so confused. I'm trying
A
to break them.
dynasty is a team or individual that dominates their sport or league. So
Okay.
it's no matter if they go to the Super Bowl or not, if they did really well, that's a dynasty. If they did really well multiple years in a row, that's a dynasty.
Okay.
So
So Brady's a dynasty.
Brady is a dynasty. I hate to
Flip
say
that.
it, but
Flip
he
that. Flip
is.
that. Flip
I'm
that.
not clipping
Flip
that.
that.
That's not going anywhere.
Flip that. Flip
That's
that.
staying here. Um, I might
I
actually
forgot you
edit.
still
I
gotta
might
flip
edit
it.
that out. I might edit that out of the YouTube version, but but yeah. So you've had to like. I think every team pretty much had a dynasty, except the Lions. I think
No, the Lions and the Browns.
Browns too. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, they're known for being losers, but hey, that's just,
So we talked about the Lions, Chiefs. What about Panthers, Falcons, Phil? What do you think
yeah,
about
that's
that?
yeah. So Panthers, Falcons, week one, Sunday, 1 o'clock. Rise up, already know. That's definitely a win for the Falcons. Biased and then unbiased, I also think it's a must win. Like if we're gonna be able to have the season that I think we can have, I think with Carolina coming to our home stadium with a rookie quarterback, um, we gotta win that game. And I mean, I think our team at worst is on the same level as the Panthers. I think we have better offensive skill position players. We just gotta win that game, and I think we will come out with the win. Um, I can see it being a close game, but honestly, I think we'll win by 2 touchdowns or so. I think it's a very convincing win and the start of a playoff run for my Falcons.
Uh, that is a hard one. I do feel like it'll be very, very close. Like one touchdown close, one maybe two touchdowns close. Um, because both teams aren't really known for, winning. But I do. I want to see the Falcons succeed. I really do. Considering obviously I live in Atlanta, I wanna see them succeed. Um, so I do think I do think they can pull off a victory. Um, I feel like a lot of teams are changing this season. I feel like Falcons are one of them.
Yeah. And the thing about us, real quick, KB, is that like, of course, historically we're bad, but like the past 2 seasons we've been clowned on, but we've been 7-9. Like we've been barely not a 500 team. So we're just waiting to explode, and I think this season we're going to.
you guys been waiting to explode since 2016. At this point, it's not exploding anymore. But hey, you're gonna like my take. I want the Falcons to beat the crap out of that the Panthers, and here's why. That piece of crap quarterback that the Panthers got, Bryce Young. He's from Bama, and I'm a Bama fan, and he just, I'm gonna choose my words wisely because I don't want to cuss. This man is an embarrassment to the Alabama legacy. I mean, we always lost to Auburn again. And the first time that meme that always goes around of them returning the ball on us, I was getting flashbacks from that game. Like seeing Bryce Young, I forgot what bowl game it was, but it was against Auburn. And Bryce Young, oh my God, he didn't look like an Alabama quarterback at all. He just didn't. You can tell he had some talent. Well, he does have talent. Didn't he win the Heisman? Yeah, I think he won the Heisman.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has some talent, but no, he's just not an NFL quarterback to me. I feel like my unrealistic take on this game is a blowout, which is 24-7. But I know the Falcons, they
That's
can't
not
do.
gonna happen.
I said unrealistic. I know the Falcons, they can't do it. They can't get a job done like that. So I'm gonna put 30. I'm gonna do 31-24.
I think 24-7 would happen in the first half, and then they'll come back. It'll end up being like
Yeah.
20-24 or something like that.
Yeah, because the Falcons, y'all like to let teams back in the game, whether y'all beat them or not.
Penny to me.
So
But
yeah,
I do agree with you.
for the Falcons. If you clip that barbecue, I'm gonna be angry with you because you know how I feel about the Falcons. I do not like the Falcons. I don't like I like the Steelers more than I like the Falcons. Do not clip that either.
I mean,
Anyway,
I might have to. It depends upon what happens. It depends upon if I have enough clips for this week.
anyways, I like the Steelers more than I like the Falcons. Anyways, there you go. If you want to clip it, I said it twice. So yeah, I feel like I want the Falcons. I'm rooting for the Falcons for once in my life. I want the Falcons to beat the crap out of this guy because he just was an embarrassment. But yeah, that's my take on that game.
I do agree with your Bryce Young take a little bit. I don't think he was just terrible, but I do think he was a bit overrated at Alabama. Um, I know they were hyping him up, but to me, Tua was way better than him. I'm not gonna say way better, but he was a better prospect than him in college. And they just tore down Tua, but Bryce Young, he gets all this hype. But what kind of made me change my mind about him is he's been looking really good in preseason. So we'll see how that translates.
I mean, I feel like I look at preseason. I don't watch preseason because it doesn't really. It's like, some of it kind of tells you what's gonna happen in the regular season, then some of it doesn't. Some of it just looks like a college football game, but except they're wearing NFL uniforms. That's what it looks like. That's what preseason reminds me of. So I want to see that. I'm gonna watch that game, of course, because it's gonna. I don't have to have the NFL pass or whatever NFL ticket or whatever to see it. So since I'm in Georgia, so I'll watch the game definitely. I work with somebody that's a Panthers fan, and she got her fingers crossed about that game. But yeah,
Yeah, I'll probably watch bits and pieces because Steelers are at the same time, and I normally go to a sports bar and watch. So I'll probably watch bits and pieces. If they have it up, I'll glance over. I'll probably text and Phil every mistake Falcons do.
Uh, you and a whole lot of other people. I get that the whole games.
Speaking of football, I don't want
So
to drift the topic off, but I got my second fantasy draft tonight. First
really,
one I feel like did decently. I just basically grabbed whatever players I wanted and auto drafted the rest. I'd still need to do some fixes because the stupid auto draft gave me like 5 running backs. I'm like, what do I need 5 running backs for? But yeah, I got my second one tonight. Might pick up. I might think about picking up some Falcons. I don't know. I'll have to look at them. But
offensively, I don't do fantasy draft, but I feel like offensively, the Falcons are the team to go to get offensive players because they always got some offensive weapons.
It's true. But getting back on topic, Texans Ravens. What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I was gonna talk about this. So for the games that aren't our favorite teams, since because this topic could be 2 hours long itself, I say we maybe just say the winner, the loser, who we think's gonna win and lose,
Yeah.
and then save the analysis text for our teams.
Yeah.
So
Let's do that.
okay, cool. So yeah, you said Houston and Baltimore. I got Baltimore winning pretty easily. In my opinion. I don't think that'll be much of a game.
I'm gonna go. I hate Ravens, so I'm gonna go Texans.
Hey, I know you want guys want to go through this real quick, but I want to shout out the Ravens for having that all black
Oh, that was amazing.
quarterback
I
room.
saw that.
Yeah,
That was really
I
good.
like that. And they're actually good. That's crazy. They're actually all good. So yeah, but my who's gonna win? Texans Ravens is gonna be the Ravens because the Texans are complete garbage. So yeah.
This next one, it's such an easy win. I'm gonna go. It's Bengals Browns. I'm gonna go Bengals easy.
Um, I feel like
I say it's a
Bengals Browns.
blowout.
It should be a blowout if what's his name? What's that receiver he always goes to? Chase Young I forgot his name.
Oh, Marquez.
Jamar Chase. Yeah, if they are in sync, him and Mr. Home Alone over there, if they are in sync, then they should win. But when they're out of sync, they look horrible. Oh my gosh. Like if those two are not in sync, they're gonna lose, but they shouldn't lose to the Browns. So I'm gonna go for me, I'm gonna go Bengals too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals. I'm gonna say close game only because it's the first week. I definitely say Bengals win.
Jaguars Colts. Ugh, that's tough. I'm gonna go Jags on this one.
Yeah, I got Jaguars.
I feel like it's a tough game. I'm gonna go Jaguars.
Bucks Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings just because I hate Bucks quarterback. What's his name?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I hate Baker Mayfield. So going
Yeah,
Vikings.
the Bucks are about. I'm sorry. The Bucks are about to be in for a long season. Vikings are gonna win easily. I feel.
I'm going Buccaneers because I don't like the Vikings. They're a rival. They're our worst rival. So I'm going Buccaneers just because I don't like the Vikings. So yeah.
Titans Saints. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna give
No,
it to
that's
Saints. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Saints.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Titans. Y'all know I hate the Saints, so Titans.
yeah. I'm gonna go. I'm actually. I don't know, bro, because that's gonna it's gonna be competitive. But I'm gonna go with the Titans because I don't like the Saints quarterback. He's just no. He's
All
an
right,
embarrassment. But anyways, what's the next team? Two teams.
this one's a fun one. 49ers Steelers. I'm going Steelers all the way. That's. I feel like Pickett. He's from what I hear off season amazing. Pickett to Pickens. I heard they did phenomenal over the over preseason, and you know you as much as you're probably gonna hate me saying this, kid vicious, but you gotta give it to Kenny Pickett. Like he worked his butt off over um over off season. He didn't. I what I from what I heard he didn't leave the practice field till he got married and went on his honeymoon. Then as soon as he got back, he got right back on the practice field, started training for this season. So I'm gonna give it to Steelers.
Yeah, I'll say Pickett has definitely looked really good in the preseason, I must say. Only thing is, I have the Niners. To me, the only way I see them losing this game is if Brock Purdy just completely collapses and like does terrible. The Niners are just such a good team, man. I mean, all them, Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey in the backfield. Then the defense, Fred Warner. I forgot the safety's name, but he just made All Pro. Nick Bosa. I mean, Fred Warner. Like the Niners team is just really good. I mean, not saying that the Steelers are bad, but I just think they're outmatched for this game. So I have the Niners winning.
All right. Oh, you're gonna get a bunch of clips today, barbecue. Goodness, this is so hard to say, but I'm gonna go with the Steelers for this game, and this is why I'm going with Steelers. 49ers, you got Phil. You just mentioned a bunch of weapons they have. Those weapons play. One of those weapons, Mr. George Kittle. Mr. Commercials. Once they start to get into commercials and stuff, they start caring less and less about the game. And I feel like Kittle, he's gonna have an amazing year, but I feel like Brock Purdy is not as good as what's his name? Oh yeah, Pickett. I feel like Kenny Pickett is a better quarterback than Brock Purdy. And I feel like for me it always comes down to your leadership, and your leader is your quarterback. And I feel like the Steelers can lead the 49ers to a victory. I feel like this game is going to be close though. But yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree with. I'm sorry. Go ahead, barbecue.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I do think it'll be close, but I think once we get running, it's hard to stop us. It is easy for us though to like come back after halftime and just give it up. Like if we're losing, we pretty much give up. But if we're winning, if we get a good first half, I feel like we could easily like, win.
Yeah, I definitely agree with KB your point about Pickett being a better quarterback than Purdy. But that just kind of goes back. I think we talked about it on the first episode about the weapons surrounding the quarterback, where Purdy, all those weapons around him, all he's asked to do is just not lose the game for us. Don't turn the ball over. Try to keep turnovers down, make the quick, easy throws and passes, and get it to those playmakers I mentioned, and then they could take off with it. Like for example, I think if Pickett was on the Niners, I think they would be Super Bowl favorites. It's because the weapons on that team. So so yeah, I think that like I said, the Steelers definitely have the better quarterback, and they're not a bad team whatsoever. But it's just that the Niners, I feel, are just a much better team. So that's why I have them.
And then my thing is this year, I always forget Buddy in the backfield for the Steelers. What's your running back's name?
We got lots of them.
The black guy with the dreads. I'm sorry to be to say it like that.
Deontay Johnson?
It's talking
Yeah,
about Najee Harris.
Oh,
yeah,
Najee
not
Harris.
Yeah, that's a dog there. That's why I have them winning because like he is just a dog, man. He's like a faster Saquon Barkley to me. Like he's not built like Saquon, but he just reminds me like his run style is like Saquon's. And he's very explosive. And I feel like I get what you're saying about the weapons, but I feel like the Steelers do win this game. They're gonna have to do a lot of. Kenny Pickett is gonna have to do a lot more work than Brock Purdy because of the weapons. Because you have all your weapons on the Steelers are on the defensive side of the ball, but that's only like one person. So, but anyways, I don't want to go into that, but I feel like if you have the running game going, then yeah, because the 49ers defense I haven't seen the 49ers defense, but it hasn't been as good as it once was. Like during the Kaepernick era, yeah, that defense was good, but this 49er defense now I feel like it's penetrable. It's not a wall. So I feel like Najee Harris is going to run right through that defense. So it's not all on Kenny. to get it done. But as long as that line does their job, oh yeah, then you guys they're most definitely should win over the 49ers.
But I'm not trying to stay on this all day, but Najee, you mentioned Najee Harris. I think he's a good pass catcher at the backfield, and like he's not a bad running back, but last year he was really underwhelming. I think he averaged, I think below 4 yards a carry last year. I know he came in the year injured, and once he got healthy, he started to pick it up. So we'll see, but I don't think he's. If you're dependent on him to beat the Niners, then I don't really love Steelers' chances.
No, I'm saying back and forth, going using Pickett and then switching off to use him. Like I'm saying going back and forth, using him back and forth, not just depending on him solely to win the game. But like you said, I don't want to spend the whole time on this. But one more thing, I also like what Barbecue said about if the Steelers come out there swinging and get scoring in the first half, they usually win. But it's just the second half, They kind of remind me of the Falcons. But anyways, let's go on to the next two teams.
All right. Cardinals, Commanders. I'm gonna give it to Cardinals on this one, just because they have. I know I haven't looked up his stats since he was on the Steelers, but they have James Conner. From what I remember, he was pretty decent, but I don't know about now. But yeah, I'm gonna give that to Cardinals.
Yeah, I got the Commanders winning this game. I think the Cardinals this season gonna be, if not the worst, definitely one of the worst teams in the league. And I think they're about to tank and try and get Caleb Williams in the draft, which I disagree with, but that's like a whole other topic. But anyways, yeah, I got the Commanders winning. Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna give it to the Cardinals, but this would all say it's gonna be a close game. And the only reason I'm saying it's gonna be a close game, the only way I can see them losing is because of off-field stuff. They're in a whole disarray with Kyler Murray, trying to figure out what they're gonna do with him. And I feel like that sometimes when they're in a big scandal, I'm not gonna call it a scandal, but when they have a lot of off the field drama, I feel like teams don't do as well on field. And I feel like when, especially like skill positions, when their contract is up for negotiation and stuff, I feel like they kind of play. They're either gonna play two ways. They're gonna play to get traded, or they're gonna play to stay on the team. And I feel like Kyler Murray's got a lot of pressure on his back to do that because of how he was promoted coming out of the draft. So I'm gonna say the Cardinals are gonna win, but then we're talking about and then the reason why I say the Commanders lose because the Commanders, I mean, they're a losing franchise, even though they're not called the Redskins anymore. But I still refer to that legacy as the Redskins, and just known for losing, and they're losers. I wish I had my L. I forgot to grab my L, but I was rushing. I would put up my L, like I really would. But yeah, I feel like this team is just a losing franchise, so I don't see them beating the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know. That one's another hard one. They're both not great teams, I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like
But
it's another really
they
close.
also got a Watt brother on that defensive side of the ball field. You can't forget about that.
Cardinals?
So the Cardinals have J.J. Watt.
JJ
So I mean,
retired.
Yeah,
he
he's
did.
retired.
JJ
Oh shoot!
retired.
Everything you just said is disqualified.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I did not know J.J. Watt retired.
Yeah, yeah, he retired.
Oh man,
Hey,
okay, that
Phil,
changes
you got a
everything.
fellow Falcons fan in the chat.
Let me look. Hold on.
That changes everything. Oh my God.
Yeah, how
I
did you
think
not
like
know he retired?
I
Yes,
didn't
Falcons.
know. I don't. I always forget about the defensive players that I like. I always remember the offensive one. Can I get some ranch or some blue cheese? I need some sauce. And can I get a fork? Because I don't want my hands to be all. Oh, sorry, guys. I was talking to my lovely assistant.
Okay. Um, but yeah,
That changes everything.
I do
Okay,
think the game will be close, but I'm gonna give it to Cardinals.
I'm giving it to the Commanders because they don't have any defense to basically hold off the Commanders. I feel like the Commanders. I mean, they're another team that has good pieces, but they just don't have the overall team. It has nothing in it.
All right, here we go. Uh, Packers, Bears.
It's tradition. It's tradition that we beat them.
I guess I go. I got the that's actually I got the Packers winning. Wait, I'm actually wow, that's
That's a
give me like a
really
second.
hard one. It's a
Yeah.
really hard one because you got Jordan Love who's not there, like nowhere near there yet. I'm not saying he's not gonna be there in the future. I do think I want him to succeed, and I want the Packers to succeed. But
Flip that.
he's not there yet. Just think because you got to think from what I've heard, he hasn't or I don't know. I'm not really too big in the Packers culture, but I heard he hasn't. I don't know. I don't know about like it depends upon how well uh what's his name Rogers coached him during his when he was still there.
Yeah.
Next.
I'm gonna move. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go next. Okay, so Jordan Love is Jordan Love put the same amount of work in as Pickett in the offseason. His offseason, his training camp was amazing. I heard it was very good, and everybody was impressed. They reported it. I follow a page that follows closely with the Packers fans. It's a Packers fan page, and they follow closely. And I've seen it on the Packers official Instagram. But Jordan Love has had a good training camp. I feel like we're going to win this game based on tradition. We always beat them. Not even based on tradition. Jordan Love has enough talent to beat the Bears. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a blowout. It's always close with the Bears, but I feel like it's gonna probably be even closer than it usually is. I'll probably say like 14 to 7, maybe 21 to 7 if we get lucky. But I feel like he just has enough talent, and then they're also with the young quarterback, the Bears. For what's his name? I don't remember his name. I know he's a black guy.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I watched Justin Fields in high school. I didn't watch him much in college. I know he transferred or whatever. But I just feel like Jordan Love. Now I did look at his stats. He's fast. He can scramble, so he can get out of the pocket. That is something. It's something new, but not new. Like he's able to do more out of the pocket. Aaron Rodgers, all he was known for is getting out of the pocket and still be able to throw it. Jordan Love can actually run with the ball and stuff. And the last showing I seen in the regular season is when Aaron Rodgers hurt his elbow, and that game against the Chiefs, he had a horrible first half, but he came back in that game. They beat us by like a touchdown. Yeah, touchdown. And so yeah, if he can go in there and hang with the Chiefs at their height, at the height of that dynasty, then I feel like he can come in here and contend with the Bears and beat them.
For me, I'm gonna say the Bears are gonna win only because I'm a Justin Fields fan.
Oh my god.
And I'm just hoping he wins. To be real, I like Jordan Love too, but I just like Justin Fields more. That's the only reason why I have them winning. Other than that, very tough game. It's gonna be a good game, but very tough to like decide on the winner and loser.
Yeah, it's gonna be very close. I can see it being very close. 'Cause like I said before, I don't think Love is there yet. I think a couple more years gets used to the spotlight, and then he'll be there. And again, I want to see him succeed, but I do think Packers are gonna win, probably by a touchdown. But yeah, I think Packers are ultimately gonna win that one.
And also, another thing I want to add, the Packers are known to be our franchise known to be QB whisperers, bro. I feel like people forget about that. We're QB whisperers, you know. We have a system for our QBs. I'm not saying your teams don't, but usually when we draft, every time we draft a quarterback, he is groomed. He's not thrown out there, and I feel like that's what makes us have great quarterbacks. Brett Favre, I'm not sure how he was brought into the system. I know the Falcons make the biggest mistake of their lives. 3 games and you send them away? Oh my gosh. Anyways, but I don't know how he was brought in, like how they developed him. I think from what I read on him, when I read about Brett Favre, I think he was thrown in. But after that, they developed the system with Aaron Rodgers, and they developed Aaron Rodgers for 4 seasons. And look what happened with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that says everything right there. So I feel like 4 years, and I heard one of you, I don't remember if Aaron Rodgers taught him, approached him. He did not. Aaron Rodgers is a spoiled brat. They probably had a few conversations, but Aaron Rodgers is known not to be a team player. He's a do what I say type quarterback, and if you don't agree with him, then he doesn't like you. He doesn't form a relationship with you.
Yeah,
So I feel like with our quarterback system of grooming them for 4 years, it's enough to get over the hump over the Bears. Now, a full season, I feel like our season is going to be a rough one. I feel like it's going to be a pretty rough season, but we're going to get some wins. We're another team that always has a good offense, like the Falcons. Do not clip that. But yeah, I feel like we have Jordan Love is there enough to get over the hump against the Bears.
yeah, I think I agree with that for the most part, but I think what's gonna be Love's downfall is that relationship with Aaron Rodgers. It's like if you don't like it's a lot harder for a rookie, or I'm not gonna say rookie, but in this case he's pretty much a rookie if you think about it. He hasn't been in the spotlight much and stuff like that, so he's only played a couple games where Aaron Rodgers hasn't been in. But normally like that, the quarterback looks up to the veteran, and in this case, and it motivates them to be like, hey, I want to be at that level. In this case, it doesn't
Not
sound like Aaron, just because Aaron Rodgers hasn't done that. I feel like it'll be a lot tougher for him to reach a good enough level. But again, I do think they will beat the Bears because the Bears are in shambles, as they say.
I mean, like I said, we. I mean, yeah, the rookie and the veteran quarterback relationship is important, but for certain players, it's more important for certain players that they get that one-on-one attention from the veteran quarterback. And I feel like, because Kenny Pickett, I mean, I don't know if he had talks with Big Ben,
I heard he
but
has, but I heard
they
Ben
were.
wasn't the best at it.
Yeah, so I mean, Kenny, I mean, he showed out without having a good talk relationship with the veteran that was ahead of him. So I feel like Jordan Love could do the same thing. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I would have to
oh,
see.
I will agree that he needs a couple of seasons to kind of get in the swing of things. But yeah, and, one or two. If he doesn't just come out there, I know we're gonna get rid of him if he doesn't do well enough Next season. This season they might just give him a pass, but next year they'll probably just cut him.
Yeah, I mean, just to speak on Jordan Love real quick. Yeah, I think the best thing for all rookie quarterbacks getting drafted, I feel, is to sit. I mean, because that with that being the hardest position to play, I think there are some special quarterbacks that can get thrown into the fire and succeed, or that can learn from their mistakes. Like Peyton Manning threw like 20, 30 interceptions his rookie year, but he learned from that. But then a lot of times that's also when quarterbacks fail, like Zach Wilson, for example, and they just threw him in the fire where he wasn't ready. So I think that Jordan Love, he's been groomed, he's been learning. I think he's gonna have a good season. And I think he's gonna be really good to great throughout his career. As far as like Aaron Rodgers kind of mentoring him, I don't know. Y'all been watching Hard Knocks with the Jets, but if Aaron Rodgers was mentoring Jordan Love anywhere near the way he's been doing Zach Wilson, I think Jordan Love would be perfectly fine. And yeah, that's just my little opinion on Jordan Love.
I feel like quarterbacks, not to go back to the Steelers, but I want to say this. I feel like from what it seemed like, I think Kenny Pickett was supposed to be groomed too, but they didn't have the veteran quarterback they wanted to play. And I think Kenny Pickett was supposed to sit out this year and next year. From what it seemed like since Trubisky fell through, they were like, all right, we're going to go ahead and throw him out there because they were holding off. So I feel like Kenny was another quarterback that was supposed to be groomed. That's why I still have a question mark next to his name. But as far as
Yeah,
Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers, I don't. From what I've seen and read, they didn't have a relationship.
yeah.
So and Phil, the only reason he is talking to Zach Wilson is because he got traded and he's with a new team. That's why. Let him get settled. He's gonna stop talking. He's gonna stop
I
talking.
definitely see. And then he knows the cameras are on him 24/7, and
Yeah.
he's mic'd up all the time. So that is true. That is true.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a jerk, man. I don't care. You can clip that. He's a jerk. But yeah, I do see us beating the Bears though. Why are the comments like this today? I usually can see them. Sorry, we're unable to connect to chat. Attempt to reconnect. I've never had that happen. Let me refresh.
All right. Next was Raiders Broncos. I'm gonna give it to Broncos.
I'm gonna go with Broncos.
Raiders, Broncos? Yeah, I can see them winning. Yeah, I'll go with Broncos. But then Russell Wilson, if he comes out there and play, yeah, he didn't look as hot. I mean, how did he do last year? I don't remember watching him.
I have no
It was
idea.
terrible.
Yeah,
It
I
was
heard he
terrible.
was terrible last year. That's why I'm iffy about that one. But I'm gonna go to Broncos because again, the Raiders are a historically losing team, so I'm gonna go with Broncos for that one.
Dolphins Chargers. If Tua's healthy, I'm gonna give it to Dolphins.
Yeah, I got the Dolphins.
Go with the Chargers.
Eagles Patriots. I'm going Eagles
Be
just because I
fair.
hate
Be
Patriots.
fair. Be fair.
I'm going
You're the-
Eagles. I'm going
Wow.
Eagles because I hate Patriots. I don't like both team. I don't like either team just because Eagles are Eagle fans are the worst. Are historically the worst because they riot no matter what, win or lose. But I hate the Patriots, so I'm going Eagles. Also, because ever since Tom Brady left, Patriots have been terrible. So their dynasty
Yeah,
is over.
yeah, I'm definitely going Eagles, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots upset them. But I'm going Eagles with the.
I'm going Patriots. I know we're not supposed to explain why, but I feel like the Patriots are an underdog team that nobody sees coming. Because I feel like Mac Mac Jones is the quarterback that got thrown out there too, but he's kind of starting to get his legs under him. So I'm gonna go with them. And then the Eagles. I mean, they had a good year. They had a good year last year with what's his name? What's that quarterback?
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. Man, he was done so wrong. I'm still mad about that with Bama. But yeah, that's why I have beef with Tua. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, we can go on to the next team. Two teams.
Rams, Seahawks. I'm gonna give it to the Rams.
I'm gonna go Seahawks.
Rams, Seahawks. I'm gonna give that. Who are their? I don't know their quarterbacks. I'm gonna go. They still got Matthew Stafford with the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Rams. I haven't seen their quarterback play that much on the Seahawks.
Geno Smith, he had a real good year last
Oh
season.
yeah, I know who Geno Smith is. I know he is. Yeah, I've heard of him. But I'm gonna still go with the Rams because Matthew Stafford, that's my boy.
Cowboys, Giants. I'm going Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah, that's a runaway victory. I'll say Cowboys.
And finally, Monday Night Football, Bills, Jets. You gotta give it to the Bills. I mean, it's objective. I mean, yeah, the Jets have Aaron Rodgers, which I see he's gonna have a good season. I feel like just because he's with the with Green Bay, especially the last couple of years, he's even said that he hates it. I feel like the Jets, I feel like he likes it a lot more. But you can't put a team like the Jets and put them against the Bills and vote for the Jets unless you're a Jets fan. So I'm gonna give
Yeah.
it to Bills.
Okay. I've got the Jets winning this game. I'm not a big Bills guy. Like the Bills, they be getting all this hype ever since that divisional round game against the Chiefs, and they just been falling to live up to it. And if you look at all the teams, the Bills, they don't get any better. They don't really sign anybody in the offseason. I mean, I got the Jets winning.
For me, I'm gonna roll with the Bills Mafia because I don't like the Jets right now because of Aaron Rodgers, you know. But I feel like I'm gonna roll with. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna go with the Jets, even though it hurts me because I feel like Aaron Rodgers, when he is happy, when he is satisfied, and I say quarterbacks are like newborns, you have to cater to every need, and if his needs are met, he plays excellent. And I don't feel like the Bills Mafia is ready for that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jets on that one.
Yes. So the next topic is Mortal Kombat 1. New game coming out September 14th. That's what's today? 5th? That's like 9 days. That's like almost 2 weeks. No, next week. That's next Friday. What do you guys think about that?
I feel like I feel like 11 was a excellent game, but I feel like 11 was like one of the best games in recent years, in my opinion, because I mean they gave backstories to Scorpion and Sub Zero, which their backstory changes like every freaking game or whatever. But I mean, if you watch the movie out of it, you can learn their actual backstory. But I feel like the story mode it should be good because usually is I don't know, I'm not sure if this is an anniversary game because that's kind of strange for it to be called Mortal Kombat One. I
I
assume
was
it
gonna
I assumed I just assumed that it was a anniversary game since it's called Mortal Kombat 1, given that we just came off of 11. So it might be an anniversary game. I'm not sure. We would have to look that up. But yeah, I feel like this game it should be good. Like I've seen clips and I've seen videos and stuff. It's supposed to be a really good game.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion, I was wondering the same thing, KB. Like, why is it called Mortal Kombat One? Um, the last one I played was 10, or was it whichever one it was called? But yeah, that's the last one I played. I mean, it should be a good game. I don't really see how much more you can really add. I mean, You know, the fatality finish, good fighting controls, and then as long as you have a good storyline, I mean, it should be another successful game. To me, it's like way harder to mess up.
Just how do you reconnect to the Wi-Fi? 'Cause it says it's not
So
connected.
it says that Mortal Kombat 1 is the beginning of a universe and it's not a continuation. So they're basically going back in time. I guess it's like a prequel sort of thing or something. I don't know. But
Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, they're trying to tell a story, go back in time with the story.
yeah, I've never been into Mortal Kombat. I've just never been into like fighting games like that in general. Um, I feel like it will be good. I feel like it's a it's gonna be another masterpiece from Warner Brothers. Because at this point, video games are all Warner Brothers is good for. Um, Especially with the DC series. But we're not gonna get into that.
I
But
did
yeah,
see that Flash movie like a couple weeks ago.
you did.
Yeah, um, it was bad, but it was like enjoyable at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. It was one of those type movies.
Yeah, the only reason why I haven't watched it yet was because of that one the Flash actor, because of
Hmm.
all of the stuff he's gotten in, like the controversies he's gotten into. I don't like that, so I just haven't seen it, and I really don't
Okay.
plan to. And like I've heard it was really good. I've heard actually mixed feelings about it, but I don't think I'll probably ever see it unless it's free and I can just watch it just because I'm bored.
I mean, if you have Max, it's probably gonna be free on there.
Most
Yeah,
likely.
yeah. That's why I watched it on.
Yeah, I might give it a watch if I'm bored, but just because of the things that I think his name is Ezra Miller or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
like just because of the things he's been into, I'm just like stay far away from that. And with yeah, I do feel like Warner Brothers games, their games are keeping the are keeping the whole company alive. I feel like because then you have Aquaman 2 with Amber Heard coming out, and I don't feel like that's gonna do well just because it has her in it.
Mhm.
So, but I hope. I mean, I feel like this game's gonna be a good game. I
I
probably
feel
won't
like
play it, but
I feel like the Mortal Kombat franchise. I've been playing Mortal Kombat for a long time. I'm not gonna say I've been playing it since the arcade because I wasn't even born when it was in the arcade. But for as long as I've been playing it, I mean, 10, 11, 10 and 11. I mean, the ones before that, yeah, they were pretty good. When they had DC characters in it, the game before 10, that was an amazing Mortal Kombat. And I don't think they've lived up to that one in recent years. That was like an amazing Mortal Kombat right there when they had the DC characters in it. 11, I mean, 11 was good, like I said, for like origin stories and stuff, different characters and stuff. But I feel like Mortal Kombat franchise as a whole, I feel like it's at a make or break stage. This game is either gonna make it or break it. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely play it. So there's a couple. That's like one. That's one of three games I'm waiting on. So yeah.
yeah, again, it's one of those game types that I'm not really into. I might pick it up if it's free, just because why not? But I don't know if I'm gonna play it. All right. Oh, I don't have my midnight. Oh well. So little ad spot right here. We are proudly sponsored by Midnight Energy. Midnight Energy. Use code BBQHG for 10% off. Yeah, and I would appreciate that. All right, awards. I don't know why I made the topics like this. We go from NFL to games to back to NFL, but NFL awards. So first award, let's do. Hang on, let me pull it up.
I didn't even know this was a topic. Don't
Yeah,
laugh
I
at me.
know.
I knew that. I didn't even know that was a
I
topic.
got
I feel like it's too early, but hey, we can do some of
Yeah,
it.
well, nah, it's like a prediction. Like, cause
Yeah,
like if you try to predict during the season, it's kind of like cheating because you're already seeing who's going off and who's probably
that
gonna
is
win.
true. So let's see. Who do you think's gonna win Walter Payton's Man of the Year award?
That is the only one I didn't have because that's kind of like unpredictable. I mean, it's kind of
I guess
like
that's true.
it's a
Um,
it's a race, but you kind of know who's gonna win that.
I mean, it's kind of like it's gonna be a pillar in the community, and then the team's gonna choose who they feel represents that the best. I mean, it's kind of like hard to predict because it's not gonna be like it could be, but it doesn't have to be like a star player. It could be a practice squad guy that's just real good in the community. The team votes him as their honorable man of the year candidate.
so let's go on to who do we think was gonna be MVP?
All right, I guess. So for my MVP, I got Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles as MVP. I think he would have won it last year if he didn't get hurt. And I just see him continuously to grow and get better each season. I think the Eagles are going to have another good season, so I definitely think or feel Jalen Hurts is going to win
MVP. I'm gonna go with Pat Mahomes boy. I feel like Patrick Mahomes is gonna go off another season, and I don't feel like his flame is out yet. I feel like, but I also feel like he has to get to the Super Bowl to get it. So yeah,
MVP. Are you not just calling him overrated like an
bro.
hour ago?
I said I was a fan of Patrick Mahomes, but I can't think of anybody who will get MVP over Patrick Mahomes this year. I don't. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he's a great quarterback. I love the dude, but I don't see him winning it over Patrick Mahomes. I mean, if you throw politics in it, then yeah, they're gonna give it to somebody else since he already won it.
Uh, I might give it to Patrick Mahomes too, just because I mean he is like I don't know. I feel like he's gonna have a really good year. I feel like the Chiefs haven't gotten a lot of attention, and I feel like they're kind of gonna sneak up in there. All right, player of the year.
For my
Offense,
offensive, oh, go
oh,
ahead, Katie.
uh, offensive player of the year, I'll give that to Jalen Hurts. I'll give him. I see what he did last year, so I'm gonna get that to Jalen Hurts. I mean, he can scramble, he can throw it. I'm gonna get that to Jalen Hurts. I'll get that to Jalen Hurts. That award, but I wouldn't give MVP to him.
Yeah, my offensive player of the year is gonna go to Tyreek Hill of the Miami Dolphins. I think that um because MVP has become a quarterback award, I don't think that a quarterback is gonna win offensive player of the year. I think that's typically given to receivers and running backs. So I was gonna go with Justin Jefferson winning it again. They're kind of putting politics into it. I don't think they want to give it to the same guy unless they have no choice. So Tyreek Hill is my next choice, which last season he had 1,700 yards. I just think he's going to continue to grow and improve on that. So I got Tyreek Hill.
It's gonna sound biased. And I'm already prepared for what Kid Fish is gonna say. But I'm gonna give it to Deontay Johnson. Just cause of what I've seen over the past couple years, he's doing really well, and I feel like that can only escalate just until he gets like unless he gets like a serious injury. I feel like he's gonna escalate and get that defensive or offensive player of the year.
Last
Actually, I don't
season,
even
he
know.
had no touchdowns.
Actually, I
That's
don't
crazy.
even know that. I don't even know who that is. So that's why. Is that a Steelers player or something?
Yep. Wide
Yeah, I don't know who
receiver.
that is. If you would have said, "Oh, you know I have an opinion about your receivers." See, that's another. See, I'm about to go in on this guy about that. That's another thing. You guys don't have name brand receivers, so
Okay, that's big.
I mean, they don't have name brand receivers.
All
They
right.
have off
All right. All right.
receivers.
All right. All
So
right.
yeah. So yeah.
Best moment of the year. I already got my pick for this one. Uh, I'm gonna go with Pickens, George Pickens, just because his one-handed catches and all the stuff he was doing last year. I feel like he's gonna. It's gonna be hard for him to, but I feel like because it's his second year, but I feel like he's gonna have one of the best moments of the year.
I mean, best moment. I feel like Odell's gonna have the best moment of the year because like everybody's like counting Odell out. So he's gonna. I feel like he might do something spectacular this year. So yeah.
All right, my bad, yeah. But I really like the George Pickens pick actually. I think that's especially you said all the crazy catches that he's been doing and knowing to do throughout his career so far. I really like that pick. But also kind of biased. I'm thinking of also like a team moment. You know, maybe like my Falcons upsetting I don't know the Cowboys or something.
Yeah, I think that's a possibility, but that's we're not gonna do the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That would take too long. That's a whole class. Um, so let's do one more, and do they still do the Offensive Player of the Year
We just did the
or
offensive player.
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, they still do that.
Let's do that one.
Okay.
So my defensive player of the year, I got Micah Parsons with the Cowboys. He seems just really motivated this year more than ever. His first two seasons have been elite. I just think he's gonna have a third year breakout. I'm thinking like 16 plus sacks. I think he's gonna get this year. So I got Micah Parsons for my pick.
For me, I'm gonna go with for defensive player. I'm gonna go with God, dog. They're gonna clip me so much this episode. I'm gonna go with T.J. Watt. I feel
That
like
was my
T.J.
choice.
Watt. T.J. Watt is gonna break out this year. As long as he stays healthy, he's gonna have a breakout season this year. We saw glimpses and stuff last year, but he was hurt most of last year. So I feel like from those glimpses, he's gonna have a breakout year on defense.
Yeah, I'm gonna go give it to T.J. Watt. I mean, he's. When you think of Steelers, you think of T.J. Watt, and he's like objectively one of the best on defense. Like I think he broke a record. I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before of most sacks. I could be wrong, but I think he did. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go with TJ Watt also.
Yeah, it's good choice. Good choice.
I mean, and he's a Watt, bro. Come on now, that's another plus. He's a Watt, bro.
That is true.
So,
The Watt
but
brothers
actually,
obviously.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. When you think of the Steelers, you think of Kenny Pickett now, because
Well,
y'all got the
obviously, because
slogan
he's a
and everything.
quarterback. I'm talking about like other
But
than the quarterback.
other than when you think of the Steelers defense, that's what you think of. But as a whole, you think of Kenny.
Eh. All right, what's next? Oh, I'm excited for this one. Starfield. Have you guys
That's
looked at videos
bro.
on that?
It looks better than what I thought it would look like. Most games, we don't have always the same kind of taste in video games, bro. But Starfield, bro, I'm actually gonna go download that when I get off this stream, bro, because that game looks amazing. It reminds me of this game I played, Star Trek. I don't know if you guys play Star Trek, but I played the Star Trek video game, and it reminds me of that. That's what it reminds me of, and yeah, I definitely am going to play the game. Like I watched the gameplay. I'm like, yeah, this game looks fun. So I might actually like that game. And it's free. That's another thing.
Yeah, so I know first, I hope y'all can't hear my dog too much. That's what I've been getting up for. He's like going crazy. So I looked at the gameplay. I watched the Rad Brad. I don't know if y'all know that YouTuber. He's dope a gameplay. But I watched him play it. To me, it reminds me a lot, not a lot, but it kind of reminds me of Fallout as far as the way as far as the way like you get your items to craft and things like that. Um, it definitely does seem like a good game. I like the customization it has as well with that you're able to do with your character and stuff. It's not a game that I would play. I think like if y'all said it was free, it's free.
On Game Pass, it's free.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's I would try it like if somebody like yeah if it was just there if it was free or whatever I would definitely try it out. Um, I'm just not the most. I don't really play games like that a whole lot, like that open world kind of like adventurous, like just real big open world type game. I don't really play a whole lot, but it definitely does seem like a cool game. If you're into that, or you're a gamer and stuff, then I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, I'm. So it's funny that you mentioned Fallout. It's actually made by the creators of Fallout. Um, and from what they've described it, and from what I've seen, it's a mix of Fallout and Fallout. I think. What's that? What's another big game? What's it called?
Wow, we don't have any trolls in the comments today. Oh my gosh. Shane, where you at, bro?
What's it called? It's come on now. My internet's slow. Anyway, it's a mix of Fallout, uh, No Man's Sky, and Skyrim. That's what, and it's. I'm super excited for it. I've been excited for it for a while now. Because I played uh No Man's Sky. Obviously had a rough start. But since it started, it's been amazing. After they fixed a few things. It's Bethesda's first new uh, new universe in 25 years, so it's a huge thing for Bethesda. I feel like it'll definitely put them back on the map. I feel like Bethesda hasn't been really giving us the best stuff in recent years. Because Fallout, I think Fallout 4 or no, Fallout 76 was a huge flop. But yeah, I'm super excited. I am going to, as soon as I'm done. I forgot to record again. So as soon as I'm done downloading the uploading it to YouTube, uploading the video to YouTube, I'm going to download it and probably play it all night. Honestly, I'm just super excited for it.
I know it's a completely different game and topic, but I know I can't wait for 2K coming out this Friday. That's why I'm about to be on that all day.
Now, Phil, you gotta go ahead and give me your gamer tag so I can go ahead and dust you off real quick. Get one victory for the Xbox community, because it's a war now, and 24 it's crossplay too, bro. So if you want that, I'm not gonna dust you off in that because your football seems like it. So I ain't gonna dust you off in that, but 2K I'm gonna dust you off, bro. So
But you
I
would
might
think
check it out.
I'm actually not that good of a Madden player. Like I'm decent. I'm not that good at Madden, bro. Because this is like the first one, like this new 24. This is the first one I bought since like 20. So I gotta get my skills back up.
Yeah, I might check out 2K. I can't remember what year I played. I think it was like 2K19. I want to say 19. Um, I played that for a bit. I love the campaign in all the sports games. It's like you're coming right out of high school or coming out of college into a the NFL or NBA or whatever different sport. I just love that. It makes the game fun, a lot more fun in my opinion, if it has like a story to it. But yeah, if it's free, like which I think it is on Game Pass, I might check it out on Game because I have Game Pass PC, so I might check it out.
But yeah, I mean, back to your game, Starfield. I mean, it's not a game that I would play, but it just looks fun. So I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna download it already and play it since it's free.
Yeah, I'm downloading that as soon as I get off. As soon as we get off this podcast, and I'll probably play it for days. Like the weekends, especially the weekends, will be filled with that. So it's just filled with Starfield. It also kind of gives me like Destiny vibes too, like
Yeah,
just
that's
in
more.
the customization type. Because Destiny is full, like you have a lot of customization with Destiny. But I'm excited to download it. I thought it would be available this morning, but apparently they made it so that way it's available at 7 tonight, which is 8 o'clock now. But I was so bummed. I was like, dang it, I can't play it right after I get off work. But yeah, I'm excited for that. All right, here's my redemption for Hawkeye. All right, Hawkeye. So everyone has been on my butt about him. Everyone was on my butt about him last episode, and I will admit it is a KV take, but he's the underdog. Objectively, he is the underdog of the Avengers. But he is also, I'm not gonna say he's as powerful as Iron Man, but he's a lot more powerful. I'm gonna say that not a lot, but he's slightly more powerful than Captain America. I'm gonna say just
Hawkeye.
yes, Hawkeye.
I'll
Just
agree.
listen, just listen, just listen. All right, here because Hawkeye doesn't need some special serum to make him powerful. He doesn't need a frisbee to make him powerful. He has explosive arrows. He can easily take down Captain America. That's all I'm saying. Is he can easily take down Captain America. I would pay to see a fight.
Honestly, isn't Captain America's shield made out of vibranium?
Yeah, but it's
You
a
can't break through
frisbee.
vibranium. You can't break through vibranium, man.
With a lightsaber, you can. But that's a whole different universe.
I feel like a fight with him and Captain America is not an easy one. I feel like that is a very combat heavy battle. I feel when I say combat heavy, I feel like because they don't have neither one of them have like powers that they shoot out and stuff. There's just arrows and
he has his arrows, so he can, and
that's
explosive arrows, so he can just stick one of the explosive arrows to his shield, and boom, bye bye, Cap.
I mean, yeah, Captain America, but that shield isn't gonna break. That shield ain't gonna break.
Yeah, but he can throw his shield. Like as he's throwing his shield, Hawkeye can do boom, boom, bye bye, and he can just dodge the shield. Like
I think the whole reason we gave
it's
you
a
a hard
frisbee.
time. I think the whole reason we gave you a hard time about Hawkeye because you called him handsome, bro. That's kind of why we gave you a hard time because, like, oh my gosh, like everybody's face was like, I was like,
That was funny.
Phil made the best face of everybody. He was like, and then his comment afterwards, I forgot what Phil said. Uh, oh yeah, he said that's not for me or something like that.
That's not for me.
So we're talking about this Hawkeye,
Yeah,
right?
Hawkeye.
We're talking about this guy beating Captain America and stuff.
No.
All right. How,
I'm talking about Steve Rogers, not the new Captain America.
okay, so Steve Rogers before the super soldier serum or
No, I'm
whatever.
talking about before and after. He could easily beat him.
Okay, before the super serum, I mean, kind of like with Tony Stark. I mean, if Tony Stark doesn't have the suit, he's not Iron Man. Without the serum, Steve Rogers isn't Captain America, so it's not really a fight. Because Hawkeye, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's true.
he's a super trained agent or whatever. So I mean, he should wipe the floor with Steve Rogers. If we're talking about that, that's like saying like if you did that, you gotta take away Hawkeye's bow and arrows and all his skilled combat training, and then have like that's kind of like what we're doing if we're taking away the super serum for Steve Rogers.
That is true. I will admit that is not fair. But even with his super serum, like he won't kill him, obviously, because the super serum, like I don't think it makes him immortal, but it makes him super strong, like stronger, like high metabolism, high everything. But he'll
The
definitely
super
beat him.
based on steroids.
Yeah, so I feel like he would beat him even with this super serum.
But
I
I
think
mean,
he's welcome.
Cap has some combat skill now. Like he
I mean,
can
so
fight
does Hawkeye.
I feel like Cap got better hands than Hawkeye, man. I haven't
Okay,
really seen
I
Hawkeye.
will admit Hawkeye probably wouldn't wipe the floor with him. It would be close, but I feel like Hawkeye would come out on top.
I mean, but then you got to think about the Iron Man Cap fight. I mean, Captain America held his own in that fight.
Yeah, but he also
I
ended up
mean,
losing.
he had to jump Iron Man, bro.
He ended up on top though. I mean, at that scene where he got the shield on his neck, man. I'm sorry.
No,
So like with Hawkeye and Captain America, so like let's just say if they were take their weapons to where they're fighting in combat. Let's just say that Hawkeye is a little better in combat than Captain America. Captain America is so much stronger than him. I think he's gonna end up just overpowering him. And then if you add in their weapons, let's just say Hawkeye does get him with the little explosive arrow. Captain America, he's gonna survive. The shield is gonna be perfectly fine. Then he's not gonna fall for that same trick again. Like, if Captain America, if he gets Hawkeye with that shield, he at worst he's gonna be knocked out. I mean, at best he's gonna be knocked out. I mean,
But
I don't think it's a fight.
but then at the same time, the serum doesn't age Captain America, but Hawkeye is an older guy, so older guys can
No,
only
we're
take
talking
a
about
couple months.
prime. We're talking about like him in
Prime?
his prime.
Yeah, he's and still in the prime. He would
They're
be
about
able to take more
no,
damage.
they're about the same age in his prime.
They are. I mean, he hasn't gotten
About
older.
like
Captain was
I think
older until he went back in time.
I'm talking about both in their prime. So
I
Captain
know.
America, I think they're about the same age, like mid-20s, mid to late
I
20s.
thought Captain America is set Steve Rogers before he became Cap. I thought that movie was set in like the 50s.
Yeah, but what he's talking, he was frozen. So when you're frozen, you're gonna stay at that age that you're at.
Yeah.
So
I'm
he was like
talking about so when Steve Rogers when Captain America came out of that ice, he he was like over 100 years old in actual age, but his body was still like he was 25. I'm talking about like that.
yeah, and then like isn't like Hawkeye like in his prime? How old is Hawkeye? Like I thought he was
About
like
in his
30.
20s, about the same. Like
I thought late 20s.
mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
I think both of them are like in their mid-30s.
Yeah, that's what I
That
thought they were like in their mid 30s. But Captain America,
well,
I
either
mean, every
way,
time I reference the
either way,
movie, it's like when he enlisted, most people enlist like 18, 19. But I feel like they kept rejecting him a bunch of years, so I can see the 25.
that's only like say on Google.
Yeah, like just at least going off looking at them in the movies, Hawkeye definitely looks like 35, pushing 40. Steve Rogers, he's like definitely like 31, 30. He's like in his young 30s, like 31, 32.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're close in age, but I feel like Hawkeye looks older than Steve Rogers. Just
Hawkeye looks
based off the actors, the guy who plays Steve Rogers looks younger than the guy who plays Hawkeye.
Hawkeye look like he been through some life.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they're about the same age. I feel like they
But
would be
speaking,
about the same age.
but yeah, you got to finish defending Hawkeye, bro. Like, I don't think you have given enough to
No,
give it
I
enough.
just I like he would beat Captain America in a fight. Like in his prime, when they're both in their prime, he would still beat him. I'm not like Hawkeye can find a weakness of pretty much anyone and take advantage of that weakness until his opponent is defeated. I feel like he's gonna do the same thing with Captain America.
I mean, I definitely respect you for defending Hawkeye because that's you're fighting strong with that. But I don't know if I asked you before, like, what's the reasoning behind it? Do you like rooting for the underdog? Is it like some special Hawkeye moment you had, or like what? You just really think he's handsome, or what's
I think it's a mix of all the things you said. Like he is objectively the underdog. He is objectively handsome.
Oh my God, Barbecue.
I mean, he like I mean, especially like even the movies. Like he's like you look at him and he's like the weakest or one of the weakest links, and you're just like what could you do with this character that could make him great? Like, and I just feel like he could be great. Like he's yes, he is only as powerful as his weapons, but if his weapons are super powerful, I feel like he could pretty much. I don't think he could take anyone, but he, I feel like he could take on a lot of fights. And he is secret agent trained, and this goes back to the Black Widow. Like she is secret agent trained, so she can handle herself. And if they, it's like looking at their relationship, it seems like they have had the same, if not similar, training. So if she can handle herself in a fight, I feel like he can handle himself in a fight too.
I feel like they're the same. They're the same character, in my opinion. I feel like she's the
I
female
feel
version,
like
he's the male version. I mean, but at the same time, their training is similar. But Black Widow was originally a villain, so yeah, their stories kind of differ. Their backstories differ, but as far as like fighting, it's the same character. Just one's man and one's a female.
I feel Black Widow is significantly better than Hawkeye as far as like combat and fighting and, and like as far as who's cooler and stuff. Like I think that Black Widow's significantly better.
I mean, she did fall to her death, so
Yeah, she did, but I mean, I don't know. I just in math, I think in Civil War they fought. The two of them fought, and I think Black Widow like
did they?
handed it.
Was I don't think
Yeah,
Was Hawkeye in Civil War?
yeah, because they're real good friends, and they had to fight, and they had like a little dialogue during the fight, and I think she handed it to
Look,
Hawkeye.
I actually think they were a little bit more than a friends. I think Hawkeye was having an affair with Black Widow. I think that's what was going on there. But hey, I ain't gonna say too much. I think your boy was kind of had a wife at home and a little girlfriend on the road, kind of like a rock star, bro. you know,
I mean,
yeah.
but you also got to think. Also, in Endgame, like he was like after his family disappeared, he was taking on mob bosses and everything. Like you got to think about that. Like his sword training too. Like
Yeah, I never watched this series on Disney
I
Plus
watched
because I
like
was
half of it, I think.
I wasn't. I'm not a Hawkeye fan, so I never really watched it. But now that we're talking about it, I might go watch it. Because he wasn't supposed to die because he's a part of this new storyline. So
Yeah, if we're talking Hawkeye, I feel like Endgame also has to be a part of it, and his sword training, like you got to take that into account too. And I know it's not technically in his prime, but that's a little after his prime, but it's still a thing you have to consider uh, when talking about.
Yeah, but like even like you said, it was taking down mob bosses and stuff. I think that those are more they're no slouch or anything, but those are more realistic villains. Like you're not gonna have Hawkeye even try to take on Thanos or anything like that. Where Captain America, someone like him, can hold his own. For Hawkeye, I mean, he's just gonna get flipped.
I don't know. Against Thanos, yeah, I can see him losing that fight, but
with the stones, I can see him losing to Thanos, but without the stones, I feel like he can beat Thanos.
I
A
mean,
Hawkeye with the stones.
No, Thanos with the Infinity Stones. With the Infinity Stones, I can see
with the
him just.
Infinity Stones, no one could really beat him.
I mean,
See,
Thor almost beat him.
Thor
Thor.
almost did, but he didn't. We're talking about what actually happened. Like, no one could beat him with the Infinity Stones. It took him wiping out half the world and destroying the Gauntlet for them to beat him. Well, technically for the first time, and then second time he didn't even have the Gauntlet on him. So
I, I gotta rewatch those movies because what is that? That's Infinity War and then Endgame.
Yeah.
Because the whole disappearing part that kind of like confused me. And of course, that plays a big part in every MCU movie after that. Like I gotta like rewatch that and see. I just pay more attention to it because like I knew they disappeared. Like the whole what it's like 5 years after, and then they fought him again and all that. I'm like a little confused on that.
Yeah, it was he snapped at the end of Infinity War. Endgame is 5 years after the events of Infinity War, so it's like them getting revenge, basically, defeating him and going back in time, stuff like that. And then the events of I think I haven't watched the new Doctor Strange, but I think everything after Endgame, everything that came out so far after Endgame, I think is a result of them bringing everyone back.
Yeah, I mean, Doctor Strange, the second one, it explains a lot. It's one of those in the series that explained a lot of stuff, where everybody went, what happened. It explains a lot more. It's his story, but at the same time, it explains a lot. So like, I was kind of confused, but I felt like I had a better understanding of what happened after I watched the second Doctor Strange.
I do not like Doctor Strange. Every time he comes around, something goes wrong.
That is true.
Like, like
I'm not gonna spoil the second movie, but all I'm gonna say is it was because of Spider-Man. That's all I'm gonna say for the second Doctor Strange movie.
I watched the second Doctor Strange movie. It was very like I was confused by that. It was just a lot going on. And the only reason why what was it multiverse madness something like that.
Yeah.
The only reason why I watched it was because it was rumors that Tobey Maguire was gonna be in it. I was like, bet I'm watching it. And that's really the like I was just looking forward to that, and of course it never happened. I didn't care about the movie
I
after that.
mean, but that was also you had to watch Vision as well, the Vision TV show or whatever that show was called to understand that too. So the TV shows are very important to understanding everything. They have importance.
Yeah, I did a good job keeping up until last year. I kind of fell off. Uh, but yeah, it is the whole MCU is very in depth. It'll take you like a week straight of watching everything to understand really. Uh, but it's like if you, or it'll take you like a week straight to go through all the movies, not understand. I think it's pretty easy to understand like if you watch them like them in order and watch TV shows in order and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, I still need to watch Multiverse of Madness. It's on my watch list. But I will agree with Kid Vicious. It is like if it's continuing off of the most recent Spider-Man, it is technically Spider-Man's fault because he could have just said, "Hey, can you just make it so that way no one remembers I'm Spider-Man?" Or can you make it so that way um whatever that evil his one villain Mysterio, can you make it so that way Mysterio never said anything? That's all he had to say and the movie done. But
I didn't think about that.
he was like, make it so that way everyone no one remembers me. Oh wait, no. Make it so that all he had to say was make it so that way Mysterio never revealed my identity. And that's all you have to do. But anyone else have anything else to say?
That's it for me.
Kid Vicious? I think we lost.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this up on YouTube. I'm gonna need to download it and upload it from Twitch because I forgot to hit record again. But I think that's it. Until next week, I'll talk to you next week.
All right, cool. Be safe, man.
All right, you too. All right, thanks everyone for joining. Great episode tonight. I forgot to say KV won tonight, which was a surprise. Thanks Rick for joining. Appreciate you. Next week we will have we don't know what the topics are yet, but we will know as soon as next week hits. And yeah, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, stream tomorrow, probably around 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. We are gonna be playing Starfield, which I'm super excited for. I'm gonna be playing it tonight also, but I'm gonna make a stream save file, and yeah. All right, have a good night, everyone. I will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.